everyone. This is Glenda Dawson. I have Mary Nunez and Marianna Leah here with us. This is Three Witches and a What? We'd like to thank everyone who continues to follow us and send us emails and messages. Please, we love to hear from you. Continue to do that. You could send it to threewitchesandawhat@gmail.com or any one of us. You could find us in various social medias platforms, I should say. And, we're here to help you, get you through wherever you need to get through. And please, any questions also. We love to hear what you would like to hear about.
Yes.
Marianna, Mary, welcome, ladies.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh,
You both
fabulous.
look lovely, lovely today.
Thank
See
you.
that-
So do you.
See that glow? I see that glow in both of
Oh,
you.
I see that from a mile away.
I see that beautiful black and red on you, Glenda, and you look just
I look
absolutely
beautiful.
stunning. I haven't seen a high priestess look this good since Isis. Oh,
Thank
sorry.
you.
Oops.
Did I say
Very right. That is very true.
that?
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, ladies. Continue. Stop. No more.
I can't wait till we do the Valentine's Day special, ladies. So we actually get to see Glenda Dawson in her royal red.
That's
In my
right.
royal red. Ooh, I don't know. I have a feeling I can't wear that anymore, but
But we have a feeling we beg to differ.
Yes.
I do have
love-
lingerie. No, I'm kidding.
And the lines would be down to 3 blocks.
That's right. That's right.
But the loyalty maintains. That's part of the process of remembering honesty, truth, integrity, and
Yes.
unconditional love, which bring us
Yes.
to our show today.
Ooh. Very good.
Love it. What a nice segue.
Hey, we have to do that, right?
Oh
Yeah.
my God, do we ever? But that does not mean that we can be playful, right? Even in the
True.
Magdalene manuscript by Tom Canyon and Judy Sion, right? It talks about the rituals and sex magic practices that stem back all the way to the days of ancient Egypt.
Mhm.
Yes.
It talks about that does not mean that you can be playful. Sexual energy is the point of your desire. Sexual energy is something that drives the human being. And sexual energy, for thousands and thousands of years, have been known as the co-creator,
Yeah.
a manifester of your
The
desire.
most powerful energy in the world.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's actually more powerful than love, believe it or not.
Because it's an active agent.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Exactly.
Love is a feeling.
Mhm.
Unconditional love is a feeling.
Mhm.
And maybe that should be our show today. What do you think, ladies?
I love it.
Because what is the concept of unconditional love? With everything that we are all going through as a human collective,
Mhm.
in and around and throughout the world globally, and as the divine feminine presence is enveloping itself more and more and anchoring and integrating more onto this planet, right as we go into Valentine's Day on February 14th, and as we're about to enter into March 8th of celebration throughout the entire world of the Women's Day, right? International Women's Day, right? We are celebrating the feminine energy, but we're also celebrating, most importantly this year, as this year is a colossal year of change in numerology, the divine feminine and the divine masculine coming together in unison in the Vesica Pisces, like this sacred geometric figure that comes for all geometrical figures, right? And so it's the harmonic convergence of man.
Mhm.
I waited years to say this and to speak it out loud. It's the harmonic convergence of man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
In the 1980s, 1 million of people got together, right? and created a worldwide phenomenon through prayer called the Mahatma energy, which was the healing energy, which is
Yeah.
actually coming back around the planet more and more and more now.
Mm-hmm.
And from years then, people have created, those kinds of, events where the harmonic conversions continue to follow its original 1980s legacy. But this year, I feel, and I was guided to say this tonight, that the harmonic conversions of man,
Mm-hmm.
as MAN/WOMAN, women,
Yes.
altogether, that's really the befitting words for this year. And so we ask the root core question, what is unconditional love? Because without the answer or the perception of that answer for any one of us, right? How can we really understand what's converging? How can we really understand the combination, the union between the divine feminine and divine masculine? If we don't understand the simple core root concept that combines it both, unconditional love. But again, that is a feeling. And the sexual energy, the activator, the action of it, allows us to be able to co-create on this planet, to be able to create life, literally, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, in every body of our, actual framework. But it allows us to manifest and allows us to go forward and to be driven, to be enlivened, to feel human, to feel alive. Every human on this planet, that's our greatest wish, is to feel alive. We say, well, we are alive. No, 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 no. There's a big difference when we are alive and when we feel alive. That's, and Metatron once said, breath is only a shift between two dimensions or more. That's all it is. That's just a transition. But to feel alive and to be alive is a very separate situation in our human condition.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the connecting point? Unconditional love, the feeling and the action. So Glenda, take it away and explain that a little bit further. I love the hearts, the black, the colors that can express that, because it's almost like an artistic expression. It feels like you are in an incredible museum, like at the Louvre or something. Like you belong actually on one of the old Renaissance Rembrandt paintings.
It's called old.
It would be a great cover for your next book.
It would be a great cover. She ended up on Vogue, on the cover of Vogue.
Oh,
Actually, Fashion Week is coming up. You should be one of the models.
there you go.
Thank you for the great compliments, but I know that that's my place. I don't want to be one of those skinny little models.
Oh no, I would never.
that have some problems with food. No, thank you.
But
No.
age and the frame of your body is just that. And in this world, right now, as the divine feminine is anchoring itself a little more, the size does not really matter anymore. And that's the most amazing thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what brings us again back to unconditional love.
Yeah.
Well, unconditional love is when one of the things that I have found is that you can look at something, someone, a situation, a occurrence, whether it happened or is about to happen, and still send it love. Whether it comes to you in a negative way or in a positive way, doesn't make any difference. Whether that person that you're sending love to is out to get you, to attack you, or to love you and be there for you, it doesn't make any difference. When you can send that love to that being without any expectation, without wanting to receive anything back, and without anything holding that love back, that's when you have attained unconditional love. When you can look at somebody who has betrayed every single thing that you have spoken about and you have conversed with and you have trusted, and you can still send them love. That's unconditional love. Because, let's face it, human body can really defend itself, right? But if you can still see that person, see that being, see that situation, and send it just that love that is there inside of you, that's one of the things that I believe unconditional love is. There's many, but to me, that's the one that's most important. That's like my meter. If I could look at somebody's picture and send it unconditional love, then I know I have reached that point with that person, where no matter what that person does, doesn't do, say, doesn't say, or exist or not exist, it won't matter to me. I'm still sending it love, and I'm still sending it good things, good energy. That's one of my meters for that.
Absolutely.
And hey, we're human. There are times where it takes a little more strength to get to that point and a little more inner work, because, they did that's their thing, whatever they did. And that's when that's one of the things I learned. I have this one particular woman, and I have that person in mind. And I have, through the last few months, been able to look at her pictures and, whenever I see her online or whatever, and say, you know what? I'm sending you love, because you must have been hurting when you did what you did to me. You must have been going through something that didn't allow you to express your true being at that moment. And once I got there, it's like, okay, I sometimes look at her and make laugh and fun and all that, but that's just me with me. But that's just me. Because, you girls know I make fun of everything in my own way. I don't make fun in a mean way. I like laughter.
Yeah.
I like laughter.
We love life.
Yes. So, we talk about penises, to big ones, to large ones, to small ones. So what? It's
Disclaimer, rated R episode.
Don't worry, we don't have any we don't have to worry about anything we do or say on this channel.
That's
Yeah,
good.
it's uncensored.
That's unconditional love.
There
And
you
now,
go.
before Mary blasts us with her ancient, infinite, extraordinary Encyclopedia Britannica beyond Albert Einstein knowledge, we're going to give
Oh
a
my
word to our
God.
sponsors.
Yes,
Ooh,
absolutely.
perfect.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, was that thick?
Oh my
Telling
God.
you, I don't know what happened to me. I'm wearing all black. Earrings.
Oh my
I
God.
mean, I don't know what's going on.
I love it. I love it. Oh my God.
Something happened on Saturday, and I don't know what.
Something happened. Something happened.
And I watched me.
I love it. I
All
love it.
right. Let's bring ourselves back. Go ahead, Marianna, with that exit, you gotta bring us back.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay, quick. And now we're back. Thank you to all of our sponsors and all of our extraordinary viewers. Thank you so much for your support and your dedication. We love you so much. And please keep the feedback running. Keep your comments running. We love it. We absolutely love it. And please feel free to email us at 3witchesandawhat@gmail.com, or you know where to find us on many different platforms, right?
You do.
So,
But Mary, do
Yes.
grace us with your extraordinary knowledge.
Okay. But I'll keep it brief. I'll keep it brief. me bring my little microphone. Okay, here we go. So, where does unconditional love come from? Right? Yeah, we can say, hello.
Yeah.
It comes from there. Yes, it is a commonality in the universe. But some people still argue that unconditional love can't possibly exist because we live in a meat suit and we make it so hard. And because we are so imperfect, it must be earned. You know, we have to fight to get that. We need to, go into the depths of Valhalla to bring it back. No, we don't have to do any of that. As a matter of fact, all we need to do is recognize that we all have inside our souls, we have a little spark, and it unites us all, as much as some of us do not want to believe it. We are all united and we are all loved, and that love is unconditional love. Even going into Eastern religion, these people explored the pillars of unconditional love, each one, and they came up with 4 beautiful creations or understanding, wisdom. It's friendship and understanding, right?
Mm-hmm.
The core of what true friendship really is really a deep understanding of the other person, right? They both share joy, they both share happiness, they both have good intentions. And there comes a moment where you're so connected in that frequency of friendship and understanding inside that bubble of unconditional love that you guys are actually, or the 2 friends, or how many friends it is, they actually feel what the other person feels. That's huge, because that can only explain how we share unconditional love and those frequencies. The other pillar is compassion. True love cannot exist if there's no desire to lessen or transform the suffering of someone we love.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then there's joy. People in love and that share unconditional love, they truly rejoice in the presence together, right? It is a mix of peace and gratitude, and it could be a couple or it could be a nation. And imagine if it was understood and allowed to happen in the entire universe. And then there's the non-attachment. How wonderful is that we can understand that, and this is where we bring in why things happen that we're not happy with, right? And it's that non-attachment that we are learning still from our Creator. He or she does not attach what we do here to what we really are outside this body. So there's no discrimination, there's no prejudice, there's nothing that would hold us hostage in a way other than ourselves. But that unconditional love is actually the very essence as to why this universe was created in the first place. There was just so much love from this Creator that he wanted to show and share it with people or other worldly beings, animals and trees and fruit and insects, whatever it was that he created. He wanted them all to feel what it was that love was all about, but still without any attachment. the creator created us without expecting anything in return.
Without any
How
condition.
incredible is that? And we're not any better than our creator. Therefore, because we are like our creator, we have to understand each other, truly understand the multiple incredible facets that makes our soul what they are, and understand that once we leave the meat suit, we go back to pure love frequency,
Mhm.
back to that beautiful creator status. What a great honor is that.
Yeah.
What a wonderful thing.
With absolutely no conditions at all.
None,
None.
no expectations.
Exactly. And that's one of the things that people don't understand. People do things and sometimes they don't realize that they help somebody with the expectation that they're going to get the help back. And they don't understand that that's not really giving. When you give without expectation, not for the glory, not for something in return. When you help, you just help. And sometimes I love it when it's just a person helps anyone without being in the front
Right.
of everybody. They just go around quietly, help that person with whatever that person needs, then comes back and it's like, oh, they got help, great. And that's when it's one of the acts of unconditional love, right? Without having that ego attached to it, without having the expectations, without having the conditions. Not that, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. No, that's
Mhm.
not real.
No.
That's real ego, but not real.
That is correct. I mean,
That's a false unconditional
Right.
That's it.
perception of unconditional love. It's
Yeah.
a false perception. And I think that, how like we talk about the different the 7 demons of Mary,
Mm-hmm.
I refer to it and I look at it as like the 7 stations of what a human being goes through in the human condition in the meat suit, as learning about things like jealousy, greed, expectation, procrastination, attachment. So that way, that when they come to that, like you said, Glenda, to that meter, they could measure that meter because they've been through all of those things and they've gone on
That's
the other
right.
side of being able to overcome those things. And those things are no longer attached to their energy frequency. And so they feel like a whole new person, even though it's them, but it's that what they have become because they have overcome all those human condition stations.
Yeah,
Very good.
I mean, and I don't want to, because I always bring in the how-to manual that we've been given to work through and to understand one another. But if you go to 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8 or 4 through 7, it clearly state, and that was so perfectly done, that I always bring it up, and I especially in the workshops that I do, is love is patient and kind.
Mhm.
Okay, it does not envy or boast. It isn't arrogant or rude.
Mhm.
It does not insist on its own way. Right now we're describing ego.
Mhm.
It is not irritable or resentful. There it goes again.
Mhm.
It does not rejoice at wrongdoings,
Mhm.
but it rejoices with truth. You can bear all things, or it bears all things, because it is love. It can handle anything that we get thrown at, believe all things, hope
Mhm.
for all things, and endure all things, because love never ends. So unconditional love, imagine the frequency that has attached to it.
Mm. Yes, that
It's
just
just, it's amazing.
It is. It's and it heals so much because it heals all living things around you, heals you. Because once you're able to get to that point, I don't care, at that point, who, what, when, where. Okay, they got their issues. That's them.
It's not yours.
No, not mine. And like we're human, so sometimes it takes us a little longer to get there for some people, but once we get there, it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we overcome, right? It's like we
Right.
overcome, Glenda. And you know what? That's the whole story of what we are learning master lessons for. I mean,
Mhm.
that's the whole story. And I think that we receive these beautiful friends, I call it in quotation marks, the people that come along in our lifespan that
Mhm.
irritate us the most, that give us so much tension, so much stress. Well, actually, they don't. It's just that we allow ourselves to kind of react that way. So it's our reactiveness. So then they help us to ask the question, why am I reacting this way?
Thank
Mhm.
you.
What is triggering me from what they are doing? Because the truth of the matter is, if we are experiencing unconditional love at all time, in
Mhm.
each breath, each given moment that we are alive, then nothing anyone does or says should ever truly have any impact on us. Because as long as we are expressing that frequency,
Mhm.
it should not be triggered by anything other than feeling pure love and purity of thought form, like Yeshua once said. So
Definitely.
when someone triggers you, when
Mhm.
you feel that kind of emotion and you process it and you go through it, or you react, you have to ask, what is it in me that still needs to be looked at, checked
Mhm.
into, thrown a flashlight over? What is it reminding me? Is it them? Is it a voice from like 20 years ago? What happened? Am I looking at it from the eyes of strength? Is it remembering something? Is my cellular memory kind of recalling something from a different life, from this life? And then they help us to understand. And so I always believe that people that come and bring us that kind of reaction have already signed up before we even got here into this life. They're the closest friends in the ethers. And you
Yeah.
kind of just make a contract of like, okay, I'm going to irritate you the most because I want to give you the lesson that you need the most. So
Right.
even though I don't like that job, I'm going to take it because I'm closest to you. It better be me than anyone else.
Correct. And I mean, it's there in humanistic psychology, right? Here I
Mhm.
go with the scientific part. So if we take Carl Rogers, who spoke of an unconditional positive regard and dedication towards one single support, right? He stated that the individual person needed an environment that provided them with genuineness, authenticity, openness, self-disclosure, acceptance, empathy, and approval. All those things, if a person is able to receive from someone in honesty,
Mhm.
with truth and integrity, that is going to bring up a healthy, loving environment. Even Maslow, he supported the unconditional love perspective by saying that in order to grow, an individual, a person, had to have a positive perspective of themselves. How are you going to get a positive perspective of yourself? Well, that is something that you learn. That is something that is nurtured. That is something that is taught. But that is also something that you accept from that spark that is inside of you. So the psychology is there. That is truth. That is something that we can balance with unconditional love in the spiritual sense. Um, and it's like, even Frankie, he says, love is the only way to grasp another human being in the innermost core of his or her personality. I mean, if we're talking about core, we're talking about our soul, which is our core, and we're talking about truth and integrity, and all this is a product of unconditional love. if this is all we have to give to each other in order to be able to get to the next level and to make things right and to help each other, oh my God, we should be ready to give it. We should not even think about it. We should not be even talking about it. We should be doing and teaching.
Mhm. Very
So
nice.
there's your
Yeah.
science with your spirituality, because you know I'm always going to talk about that.
Well, to add to that, Mary, Eckhart Tolle. Let's take Eckhart Tolle for a minute.
Mhm.
Let's take him. Everything is energy.
Everything.
So if we are mirrors of one another, and everyone is a reflectional mirror
Mhm.
of you,
Mhm.
right? Then if you're coming into a space, let's say you go somewhere and you're coming from a space of non-unconditional love with
Mhm.
ego still, or you're still learning lessons and you still have like the stations, as I call it, to work through, then what is the reflective reality going to look like?
Exactly.
If Tolle says that everything is energy, then the energy that you're going to have mirrored back to you will reflect those stations that you still need to learn, and then you're going to get more triggered until you really
Yes.
learn your
Until
lesson.
you get it. Until you
Right.
get it.
Yeah, just like I said, I had to work with it.
Yeah.
And then I get to a point where, okay, whatever it is. I'm still sending love to you. And
Exactly.
at some point, you will be willing to receive it
Yes.
or not.
I call that the forgive them, Father syndrome. That's what I called it. I actually call it that. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. I call it the forgive them, Father syndrome, because it is a syndrome. It's like, oh my God, you see people, okay, they're moving. Okay, they're getting there. Oh my God, we're going to, and then all of a sudden it's like, come on. And you're like, what happened? What happened? That's the syndrome.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here for.
A lot of the times I say, forgive them, Father, or bless them, Father, but forgive me
That's it.
and help me because I need to change. A lot of the times I used to say, bless them and change me
Mm-hmm.
because I'm the one who needs changing.
Right. We need to accept it. We need to
Right.
accept them. Absolutely. Yeah, we don't change them. No. No.
All right. That is wonderful, ladies. As always, thank you everyone for coming and watching and following and sending us emails and messages. Again, this is Three Witches and a What. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Marianna. Lovely ladies, and we'll see you again. Love yous all.